Okay, so let's understand the Salesforce framework once more. So here, Salesforce has a platform. So with Salesforce platform comes some default objects like account, contact, yeah, and you can create your own custom objects on top of that, and other modules, right? If you purchase the Salesforce platform license only. So if you are working entirely on a very generic stuff or not related to CRM, probably most of the time not related to CRM, in that case, probably you will go for the Salesforce platform license. And on top of that, you will create custom objects and tabs. And then basically you have your applications created. When we do this, we call this app cloud. So the license is called app cloud. Similarly, Salesforce also comes with Sales Cloud. Similarly, also comes with Service Cloud. Similarly, there are many more clouds. Another is called Community Experience Cloud now, which was previously known as Community Cloud. These are all on top of Salesforce platform. Okay, so platform gives us a framework, and that framework can be utilized to create our own applications using the app cloud licenses, or you can, if you are doing a sales, then you get the Sales Cloud license. Sales Cloud gives you additional objects like opportunity, quote, lead, even case object. Service Cloud gives you more on top of case. So Service Cloud gives you a case console, milestones, and many more features related to service. Yeah, just if you're working on case, probably Sales Cloud license is fine. But if you want the milestone, SLAs, tracking, entitlements, everything, then you need Service Cloud. Okay. And of course, if you do not need any of these, you can go to App Cloud. And if you want to create something or some pages which is for external customers, like your end customers, in that case, you will go with Experience Cloud or Community Cloud. Yeah, Community Cloud can be all these Sales Cloud, Service Cloud, App Cloud are user-based licenses. So for every user, you have to pay Salesforce. Okay, but Experience Cloud licenses can be a little different. Experience Cloud licenses are of three types. It can be community license. It can be community plus license. Sorry. I'm sorry about it. It can be customer community. It can be customer community plus, and it can be partner community. Please note that these are separate licenses. So a single community can have users from who are different kinds of who have different kinds of licenses. So I can create a community that can have one user as customer community, one as a customer community plus, one as a partner community. All three people can work on the same community. So these are user specific. Okay, based on what license they have, their rights and their capabilities to work on the communities change. Now, this can be user specific, just like other people, and it can be login specific also. Login specific means how many times there is logging happening in this community. So I will pay Salesforce not based on number of users I have configured, but how many times they are logging in into the application. And one person can be logging in multiple times, right? So probably the people who are using it more, I'm paying for them rather than the people who are infrequently using it. For external customer, this might save a lot of license cost. So always go for a login-based license for end customers. User-based licenses is only for when we are very sure that end customer will be using this application frequently. Otherwise, not. So the core framework of the platform has some technologies. So the core technology would be Apex, which is a background code. This is a proprietary language, which is exactly similar to Java or .NET. No difference, Java or C#. If I don't tell you the difference, you will never know. So Apex is far easier than Java and C#. There is a SOQL for querying, quite similar to SQL if you have worked on it already. There is a new thing called SOSL, a Salesforce Object Query Language, Salesforce Object Search Language. SOSL is you can do text searching in multiple objects at a time. It's a new thing. SOQL is always on one object. SOSL can work on multiple objects at the same time. Okay, so these are three server-side, I can say, server-side languages which you have to learn if you want to work on the platform. Apart from that, there can be UI-based frameworks also that works on your browser. So what are the browser languages? The oldest browser language which you can see in an org, which is deprecated right now, but it is good to remember the name, is S-Controls. Previously, when these sophisticated frameworks were not there, Salesforce gave the option of S-Controls. Right now, you cannot create S-Controls in Salesforce orgs, but you might have to support S-Controls. These are pure HTML, JavaScript-based components. After that, it came. Visualforce came. Visualforce was the framework for building pages in classic UI. You already know about classic and lightning, right, everybody? So Salesforce till a few years back was on classic theme, and then I will show that. And then basically right now all the customers are migrating to lightning, and lightning is the new thing. And it's not only looks different, its navigation pattern, everything is different. So previously when we used to build pages, we used to use Visualforce pages. Sometimes the S-Controls was used, but it became deprecated. Visualforce page was the sophisticated. It's still now supported, and it is used when you are making any changes in classic, you have to use Visualforce page. Okay. Apart from that, you have the new things. Now in Lightning, there are two frameworks right now, Aura and Lightning Web Components. Aura is a proprietary. Lightning Web Components is like they're following the industry standards of jQuery frameworks. So Aura is slowly getting deprecated, and LWC would be the new thing. So it is worth time investing learning LWC rather than Aura. Yeah, and LWC is faster than Aura. Aura frameworks components are not very high performant. So Salesforce is scrapping this, but it's still supported. But we are moving. We are seeing customer moving from Aura to LWC. The Lightning code, if you have to write the Lightning, it comes as components. So Lightning does not come as pages and so on. So you have to create components, and you can the admin can drop that component on any record page, and that will go. So it's a different paradigm of working. In Visualforce, you have to create everything or from scratch, the whole page. But since Lightning is a single page application, here it is a component driven code base. It's a little different. We'll not get into those details today, just an understanding. So we talked about Sales Cloud till now. Today we'll be talking a little about Service Cloud. Yeah. So let's see what the standard object called case is all about and how it is used. So before going there, we were talking about the sales cycle, right? A sales agent first creates a lead, then converts that lead into an account, contact, and opportunity, right? And then basically he closes the opportunity. That is the whole point. This is the deal. An opportunity can have opportunity line items. Sometimes in opportunity you can create quotes, intermediate. Quote will have quote line items. These quote line items become opportunity line items, and the opportunity is then closed. This is the whole sales circle. When the product is sold to the customer, after that, the customer can come back and say that your product is not working, or I have defects on these products. I need support for that. So after sales, your service process starts. Service process can start from many different ways. Service can be, the most important would be calls, right? A person will call you and say, these are my problems. A person can mail you. A person can go to your web page and log a defect or tell about a defect, right? There are many other channels like social media and so on. We'll not discuss this. Primarily basic, these three would be your connections with the customers, right? Customers will inform about their problems in these three different ways. So apart from sales people, there is another group of people or employees in the seller's house who take care of this customer relationships. So this is also part of the customer relationship, right? But this is not selling. Sometimes selling also comes in service. How? We'll discuss that. But these are called service reps. The most easy example is when you have a problem with your phone. You call Vodafone or Airtel or Reliance Jio, your call center, right? So these people who are sitting there in that call center are basically service reps. They are taking care of your problems, right? And sometimes after the call ends, when you're happy, they also say, sir, we have this special offer. Do you want to go with it? So that is selling. So these people not only just help people with their problems, these people are also responsible for doing a sales. This sales is called cross-selling. Cross-selling means I am selling to my existing customer. Okay, a new product. So if he's happy, I can talk about my new products to him, and he might be interested. So cross-selling, upselling, these are part of our service team. Yeah, so it is not that the service team never sells. Okay, service team also sells. Okay, but primarily their responsibility is to log tickets. When you are calling Vodafone or Airtel, you say you get a SMS message, right? Whenever, and you say it tells you that this ticket has been logged, or the sales rep can give you a ticket number, right? That the next time you want to check the status, you can tell us this ticket number, and we can look at the status and let you know what is going on. Similarly, the ticketing system in Salesforce is called case. Yeah, so case can originate from all these areas, and the case is finally when the job is done, we close the case. Yeah. Any questions so far? Okay. When a manually case is created, I already have a case owner, right? The person is creating the case, so the person creator becomes the owner, right? But then we have somebody working on the case right away when the case is getting created. But when it comes from web or email, there is no person available at that point, right? So this has to be routed to a person, then only somebody can work. For this, there is a thing called assignment rule. Assignment rule takes care of assigning this to people, the cases which is getting created from web or email, right? Assignment rule is very vital. Otherwise, I do not know who will be the owner of that case, and this case will be created in the system, but nobody is attending to it. right? So that should not happen. So when the case is assigned, I also need to inform the customer that your case has been now assigned or your case has been logged. So there is another rule which is called auto response rule, which sends a notification or email to customers telling him that your case has been logged. This is the customer. Yeah, it is very important for customer to understand whether their form fill up which they have done or the email they have sent actually has gone into a system and somebody is taking care of, or there is a chance that somebody is taking care of. Okay. And the third one, another vital one, would be escalation rule. What is escalation rule? Escalation rule is a person, when there are SLAs with your companies, right? All these companies, because you are doing probably B2B sales. So you are tying up with the company for selling this deal, right? And you have a contract, and you also say that when there are problems, I will solve it within 48 hours. So it might so happen that the person who is responsible for doing this case is not able to solve it because of some different reasons. So that my contract does not get breached and I am not sued in court, I need to provide attention to that case, and I have to escalate this to my this person's boss, so that I do not breach. So maybe after 24 hours, this case gets automatically escalated, and somebody else is looking into it, so that customer does not sue you, right? So escalation rule is also very important for case management. So 3 kinds of rules we talked about: assignment, auto response, and escalation. So let's talk about this. And since in case the people who are working are very they need immediate results, right? Everything should be at their fingertips. So tabular model which they have in Salesforce, right? Everything is tabular. This model will take a lot of time for them to navigate. So instead of using this tabular model, they go with a console. It's called Service Console. This console app basically gives everything on their fingertips, and it has lesser clicks so that you get all the information in one page, because you need to save time. You cannot keep on jumping from page to page to get information. Yeah, so that is why the console application is also very important, crucial. But it's a jam-packed module, one page which gives all the information. The console also comes with service. There are other features like milestone, entitlements. I am not getting to that right now, but there are some other things which we have to understand. So when a person is calling, probably you have given a number. In that case, and that person is calling, there is a telephony exchange which is routing that to your caller's desk, service representative desk. Service representative picks up the call, and he has the desktop open to him, and he will log your case. Right? That is how the call works. So it is quite easy. So it is routing via your PBX system, that is the telephony system. But what happens for emails and web? So for how does email and web will come? So there are two types of out of box features are there. Email to case, that is which is creating emails, and there is another thing called web to case, which is helping you to create cases on web, any page, any portal, not only Salesforce. It can be any portal. You can put a form in any portal, and that will create a case for you in Salesforce. So these are the features, email to case and web to case, that were very crucial for you to automatically generate email to case and web to case. Now, email to case can be of 2 types. One is email to case, another is called on-demand email to case. On-demand email to case means everything is in Salesforce. Very easy to configure. Email to case is you have to configure Salesforce with your email server. So it might be that you are working through Outlook. So email to case will happen via server. So you have to tie up Salesforce with your Exchange server, email server, and then this will work. So that automatic case creation will happen. And what is web to case? It is a HTML file which you can post or paste it in any web portal which you have in your company, and people can raise tickets on it. So let's see this all. So we were working on a sales, right? This is the app on which we were working on. If you see this here also, I think there is cases. You can, in this also, you can create a new case. Yeah, and this is the screen for creating a case. Of course, what happens is that somebody logs, somebody calls you, and you see customer service representative would go here, and they will create a ticket, create a case. Right. Yeah. So, but usually we will have a separate service app which only deals with cases, right? So here basically it has account contacts and only cases. So you go to the cases, you go here, new case, the same thing. You can put some. So what is the status? Status probably new working in escalated. Let's start with a new status. It can be different priority, just like a ticketing system is there, and the origin can be these 3 channels, right? Usually, probably when you're creating it manually, probably that came as a very crucial information. You have to search for the accounts and search for their contacts, and you are associating that the person who is calling you. Okay, so maybe that contact does not exist in our system. These are not crucial fields. You can change these fields according to use, and then you can put a case subject. My that machine, and you can put all any your internal comment also, which is not visible for customers, so that the people who are working on it can take care of it. So the case is there, and the related list. You can create new tasks for this case, and the details are there on this page. You can go for upsell or cross-selling opportunities. Right? You click this. Sorry. So you can go for creating an opportunity. Anyway, so as we are talking about, so here sometimes you need to upload files also. Case comments is one of the important ways of communication between customer and so we create case comments so that we track when what is happening, right? One page, this is a related object for case. And of course, you can have your chatter feed also. You can work on different people You can share posts. Probably you need some more people to work on, so you can add those people here, notify these people. Yeah, so this can be there can be these things, and then you also have a separate view as we are calling service console. So service console is the same if you want to work on this case, but you have it all together in one screen. You don't have to keep on jumping. So if you click on this, give me 1 second. Have a look. Good. All going good. Bah. Hmm. 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 ঠিক আছে, শুরু করে দাও। তোমার ফোন থেকে আবার একটা কল আসছে, আমার অন্য নম্বর। এই একটা প্রবলেম আছে, দেখো তোমার ফোন থেকে আরেকটা কল আসছে। হ্যালো হ্যালো, কি জানি তোমার ফোন থেকে দুটো কল আসছে করে। হ্যালো, হ্যাঁ, আমার দুটো নম্বরই কল যাচ্ছে। ও আচ্ছা, ও আচ্ছা, এখন কলটা আসছে। যাই হোক, হ্যাঁ নেবে, ঠিক আছে, ওকে, ক্যারি অন। ওকে, বাই। Okay, so I'm back. So you see, when you click the case here on this console, immediately you see that the whole information for the case opens up in the screen, and it's all put together here. You have the contact details, you have the case details, you have the cases for parent contact. So everything all put together in the same screen. You can go to milestones, activity history, so same, and you can also collapse this and get all information at one page, right? And you work on these cases once again if there are more cases. You see, every tab will be a different case. So it might so happen that you are working on multiple cases at one time. So it will give you the option, and you can switch between these tabs also. That is also available. But probably you are working on cases, so we clean up everything, and that becomes tabs. So this is a console which will give you a faster performance, faster work UI to work on. So it's quite different. This comes with service. Okay, no different, but then you have this case, and you just go and change the status to working escalated, and then you can also do a close status, which has a different layout also. So, and then you can close this. Yeah, so that close has to be configured. That is not done here at this point. So let's talk about the case object as a whole. If you go to setup now, you have the standard case object. It's the standard case object. Of course, you just like any other object, it has fields, and you can create your own fields. You see, there are case layout. Apart from that, there is a case closed page layout also. So when your case is closed, you may usually you block the case. Nobody should change it and so on. That's why you have the case closed page layout. That is also there. When the case is closed, the layout changes. And everything else is quite similar to what you have seen in any other objects. Now now let's go back and see the three rules we were talking about. So if you go to case, case assignment rules. So if you, I think I created something. Okay. Or you can create your own assignment rules. It's very easy to create. So when you go and what this case assignment, you see rule entries are there. So you create rules, and those rules will be one by one. So sort order probably will be one first. And what is the criteria? You'll choose one of the fields, right? If you see case origin equals something, and you can create your own. You say this has come from email. Then you assign this to either a user or a user group. You can directly assign to one person, or you can assign this to a queue also. What is a queue? We'll discuss this. This is the sort order 1, and then you have the sort order 2. And here probably you have the second rule that is the same case origin. You wait, and you assign to somebody else.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Namish, this is Prashant. So, what does the sort order define?
I will tell you. So you see the order 1, 2. So what happens is that we are checking one by one. If in the first level itself I am able to assign the this case, then the next of the steps will not execute. But if the first step does not find a user, in the second step I will go and check. So it will be a step-by-step check. Not all checks will happen. So whenever I get a user to assign, that stops assignment rules, and it is exactly same. The case escalation rule is quite exactly the same. There's no difference. So if you go and check the case escalation rules, you create one. It is a similar way of doing it. So you go there, and you have to create two rules. So usually we have business, so we can have like a case created equal to something like you have a formula field to create like check how many days it is there, right? Based on that, you check maybe 24 hours it happened. Then after that, you can create a ticket, and then you have also again one by one all the rules. So this is the rule entry, and escalation. You can say that 24 hours has passed, like 30 minutes has passed, and then you can assign this auto assign these cases to somebody or a queue. Yeah, so similar. You assign that to a hire a boss or a group who is taking care of escalation cases. So, and what is auto response? It is notifying our customer that somebody is working on your case. That case has been logged. It is exactly the same, no difference. Here also you will have a sort order, and when the criteria is met, I specify whom I need to notify, right? And what would the organized email address from which the mail will go out? This is the name of the person who will be sending the mail, right? This is from. So you select somebody, maybe org, like support.yourorg.com. So you can have that. And you have to use an email template. Email template is the format of email that will go out to these people. Yeah. Work extensively on email template. You can go here and create an email template. There's a classic email template, lightning email template. So that in lightning you can use classic email template. So if you go there can be different formats of email templates. Usually text or HTML format is used. So you can create your body. You can have put a letterhead on the top. You can put graphics here. But if you create normal text, there is nothing to be done. No header, nothing. Normal text. Here, you can also have merge fields. That is very important. Merge field means like you have an email body, right? So new case. Here you can go ahead and like in the contact, you say contact. I go and I will go with the case fields, and I will select new case ID. So this will I will copy from the top and I will put it here. New case has been, and I will put somebody new case test case, yeah, and the email template name I'm giving something like this. But that's it, and your new case template is ready. So here this will be automatically substituted by Salesforce for every case which is being created. So use these templates and try to test these things. Now we will look into something called what is automatic creation for cases using email to case. And web to case. Yeah, this is email to case. As I said, email to case can be of two types. On-demand email to case, which is completely configured in Salesforce. There is no need for your external email service. And you can also connect with your email box. That can be Outlook, that can be whatever box is there. Your email server. You can configure it via email agent. So that will be going via that box, not directly coming or going out from Salesforce. So that is the only difference. So on-demand email request is very easy to configure. So you can do that. And then basically you enable this and you have to put the routing addresses which you have created if you go with the cases. So you created email IDs. Here, when somebody sends a mail, automatically this will create cases for you. Similarly, there is a thing called web to case. You go and go for a web to case. What it generates is that this is the web to case generator. So you choose which of the fields the customer has to fulfill. These are the fields. You put the name of the page wherein this has to come. It has to appear. Your form has to appear. Apart from that, you can also put a captcha because this is the form which anybody can put up. So you can have robots also filling that forms and breaking your server. What you need is that you can put this captcha that will save you. That will make sure that you are not a robot. You are an actual human being who is filling the form. When you do a generate, so you can put any values here. The captcha also I just remove for now. So this is the HTML which the system generates for us, and you hand over this HTML to anybody else, anybody from the people who are maintaining the portal, which they have like website. Vodafone.com is there, and I need a form where the case is automatically getting created. In that case, this HTML I will send it to my developer of that portal. He will paste it on that, and that's it. You can see how this looks like. This does not have any style sheets, which probably you have to look at. But if you save this in a notepad in .html format, you can open this and you will see a normal form. The web to case and email to case, that similar thing can also happen for leads. So you have a web to lead also, and you also have a email to lead. Sorry, that is email to Salesforce. Yeah, that will create a lead for you. So because this lead generation can also happen automatically rather than you going to that person and generating it. Any questions so far? I think we covered many of the parts. There are some advanced concepts of Service Cloud, like milestones and so on. We'll not cover those right now. I think these are introductory sessions. We have separate full-fledged trails also. You can go ahead and start doing it if you really want to understand that. But yeah, milestone would be actual work wherein you can track your SLAs. If you're working in support or ticketing tool or supporting a ticketing, SLA is very important for you. Service level agreement, that means that is a contract with the customer, wherein they say the first response should come from you within 1 hour. Then the first notification for the progress should come after 4 hours. So these are different milestones which you put on a ticket, and you have to adhere to the SLAs. That's how business to business works. Okay. Tell me if you have any other questions today.
Yeah, regarding those assignment rules, so there is an option to reorder over there, right on the screen. But like I tried to reorder, but that was not working.
Reorder where?
The assignment rules.
Let me share.
Not this reorder. Yeah.
So if I do it too.
No, nothing. Yeah, you have to edit it, I guess, manually by going to each of them. It won't.
No, it will working. So if you make it 2, you make it 1. But web should go down and email should go up, right? So I do a reorder.
Okay.
That is the whole point. If you create some more, you will understand it very easily. So like phone should come up, then email, then web. Phone 1, then email, and then web. Right? It's working.
Okay.
That's the way. Yeah. Tell me. Any other questions?
Sir, what is Jira and why it is useful for the admins?
Sorry, please come again.
What is JIRA application? Jira.
Okay. Jira is another ticketing tool. Jira, you can create tickets there. Jira is usually used for requirement gathering. You can create your user stories there, and basically, it is for the developers to look at the user stories and then take it to completion, and then have a status reporting on that. Jira can also be used for bug logging. So case management, sometimes people do using Jira tools. Yeah, but this is basically Jira is for internal testing, for development people. That is more meaningful. For people, end customer who are not working on engineering tools and so on, for them Jira will be overwhelming. So they need a simplified form when this can fill and so on. So Salesforce Service Cloud is far easier for them.
Okay, thank you.
Sometimes you will have Jira integration also with Service Cloud, wherein there can be some cases which you want to escalate to Jira or create in Jira so that your engineering team can work on it. Just like Vodafone, right? You create a ticket, and then there is a tower engineers who needs to fix it. So probably you will create a internal Jira ticket, and tower people will take it to completion. It can happen.
Okay. And sir, also the Copado and Salesforce both are means the working style or the technique. Is it same for admin part? Because I have seen many people are completing Copado admin certifications as well. So is it necessary to carry out the role in as a Salesforce admin to have a Copilot certification?
No, Copilot is a different ballgame. So I can get, in the next class probably I will talk about these environments and so on. I think let's have another class to discuss that. So you have a thing called chain set here. That is not here. I have to show it on a sandbox. So this is a development environment, right? So this is one environment when you are testing, but when you are working in a customer environment, you cannot code on the customer environment directly. So there will be a production environment and there will be sandboxes wherein you will be actually doing your development. From sandbox, you will push your component and changes to the production environment. So that would be a step-by-step process. And there can be UAT testing, there will be integration, there will be everything. So all these will be sandboxes, and then finally you will drop it into production. In production, you will not make manual changes. So there can be different ways of pushing the code. One thing would be storing your code in Git and then deploying it via Jenkins. That is one way of doing it. Then another way would be to use chain sets. If the team size is very small, then probably Salesforce provides you a technique called chain set, through which you can select the components you want to deploy and you deploy them in the higher environment. Similarly, you can use Ant tool, which is also used. That is metadata API. Salesforce gives a metadata API which can extract components outside of Salesforce and you deploy it any target org. That is also possible. This metadata API is so sophisticated that there in the market there are many people who have come up with very sophisticated tools on top of that. One of these tools is called Copado. Okay, so Copado makes it easier to use metadata API. So you can like extract all this. It works very similar to Chainset, but Chainset is very unsophisticated, very simplified. Chainset does not work with large components, and it is very difficult to handle when your component sizes are growing huge, and versioning is not there. Salesforce does not come with any version control. So Copado gives automatic version control through Git and so on. So Copado is now the preferred tool for doing this kind of deployment and DevOps. That is why, and Salesforce is like, Copado is going very aggressive. Salesforce is supporting them very well. That's why Copado is used almost in every project, or like every alternate project you'll see Copado there. Copado will be used for deploying from one sandbox to the production environment. Is it clear?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. But if you are working on a support project, probably you will have to learn about Copado. But that is a different product that you have to learn. You have to understand metadata API of Salesforce, how that is used. And Git, you have to learn a little to understand how Copado is storing the whole code into Git and how it is versioning, how it is managing the branches and so on. Copado makes it easier for you to manage Git because Git is not exposed directly to end users. Git is managed by Copado. So Copado makes life easier for developers.
Okay, sir.
Anything else?
No.
Okay. Then we'll stop for the day, and you can complete your admin trails. And next class probably will discuss a little about deployments so that you understand the environments quite well. And then basically the admin part probably will cover everything in admin part. And then now it is time to go into some coding stuff and platform stuff. Yeah. So many people might need to drop off. They don't need to understand this. But if you want to carry on, of course. Yeah. So we'll stop for the day. If you do not have further questions, have a nice weekend.
Thanks, Animesh.